Good afternoon, almost evening, basically evening. 4:32 is your current time, Eastern, here in the city of Atlanta. I'm Atlanta News First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin here with a check of the First Alert forecast, and I am the bearer of, do not want to say bad news, but not as great news. If you've been outside today, it's not the prettiest of days, though we'll say, from a seasonal perspective, if you're someone who wants it to be a little chilly, wants it to be at least occasionally gloomy through the holiday season, today is the day for you. It's a day to stay in, hot coffee, hot chocolate, hot adult drink, if you wish, and maybe turn on some Christmas music, some Frank Sinatra, and just lay back, watch some football. It really is a very wintry sort of day out there, and we're not having to pay the price and deal with any road impacts or anything like that. It's just a little bit damp out there. No wintry weather, but it is a little bit damp, and it certainly is chilly. In fact, we're going to go ahead and take you live outside before shifting gears. Talking weather, we already have some comments actually on YouTube. Christopher Rayleigh, hello to you. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. I apologize if I did not. And Wesley Millsap, checking in from Ackworth, northwest side of the metro. No matter where you are in the metro, really, a sight like what you're seeing on your screen right now, commonplace across North Georgia and metro Atlanta. We have chilly temperatures, we have gloom, low clouds, areas of fog. All kind of began yesterday evening and continuing at the moment. So not the prettiest of days. Rain, though, is not heavy. The actual shower activity is a little bit hit or miss. You can still kind of go about your day, but if you had a picnic planned today, if you had anything like that today, probably shifting that indoors. It certainly is a chilly one out there and a damp one, at least from time to time. Now, if you're watching from south of I-20, it is a little bit drier out there. If you're watching from LaGrange, if you're watching from Griffin, not much in the way of drizzle at the moment, but near North Metro on up into Northeast Georgia, that's where we're seeing the steadiest of the drizzle right now. In fact, zooming down in, all the way from, north of I-20 inside the perimeter, both Fulton, DeKalb counties, Cobb County too, North Fulton in particular, Milton, Alpharetta, over to Gwinnett County, Lawrenceville, especially northern half of the county, that Lawrenceville, Sugar Hill, Beaufort corridor, Brazelton over to Weiner, Jefferson up to Commerce, back into Banks County, rain moving back in, kind of a drizzly rain, but occasionally, light rain showers in the forecast and enough to make, a puddle or two out there. That is what we're dealing with this afternoon. And zooming back out, what we are noticing is that it's tapering off to the west of Atlanta. All day, we've seen rain moving in from west to east. I'm going to turn radar on to a more sensitive mode, and you can see now that we have that Alabama radar connected, we have a break, but there still is a little bit more drizzle that has yet to, clear North Georgia, move through North Georgia. So I do think that the kind of drizzly, at least off and on drizzly weather will persist on through early evening, possibly dinner time, and then that'll slack off overnight tonight. Again, further to the south, if you're watching from Thomaston, Upson County, Butts County, Lamar County, that area, rain, there's a little bit between Waverly Hill and Thomaston trying to build up into Upson County. In fact, we can switch radar modes again, and you can see this little shower area, light rain over Woodland, pushing northward into the Atlanta News First viewing area, Upson County, Butts County area, and then back into Pike County, near Hilltop, and maybe over into Lamar County, Barnesville. This shower is generally, and it's hard to even call it a shower, just like a little period of light rain, moving generally in your direction here. It could be into Hannah's Mill by 4:49, into Zebulon by 4:17, Milner by 5:26, if it holds together. Christopher Rayleigh saying, ugh, yucky. That's one way to define the forecast. Case in point, here's what it looks like outside right now. And a reminder, Chris, Wesley already in the conversation. If you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, you can simply ask on YouTube. Atlanta News First is the account that we are streaming on right now. You can also text us, 470-777-WANF. That's 470-777-9263. I'm going to go ahead and walk hour by hour now. We've showed you where the rain is falling, the drizzle is falling at the moment, but now we can walk you deeper into the evening and give you that forecast. And notice 4 p.m., forecast model doing a decent idea. Northeast Georgia, up into the upstate of South Carolina, that's where the majority of the light rain, the drizzle is falling. This forecast model may be just a little bit ahead of schedule with pushing that, more persistent drizzle up into the upstate of South Carolina, but it has the right idea. 5, 6, 7 p.m., still mainly north of I-20, but we still have some drizzle, and we still have some spotty light rain showers, and temperatures are still stuck in the low to mid-40s across North Georgia and metro Atlanta. As we get to 11 p.m. midnight, rain trends spottier and further to the north, up into the north and northeast Georgia mountains. But I do think that we're going to be tracking some fog tonight. Again, watch what happens as we get into early tomorrow morning. You see these clouds kind of developing off to the west and southwest of Atlanta, kind of growing over the metro. That's this area, the deeper shades of gray and kind of that grayish white. That's my take is that's the forecast model showing very low clouds and fog developing, and sure enough, other data is suggesting the same thing. Temperatures out the door in the morning, mid to upper 40s. I mean, probably will wake up to gloom, low clouds, and fog tomorrow morning across metro Atlanta. Could be some lower visibility, hopefully just enough of a breeze to keep the densest fog at bay, but it is a possibility. Something to keep in mind, but I think in general, the drizzle will be lighter by then, and it's really just a fog scenario out the door in the morning. Just something for you to keep an eye on as we head into tomorrow morning. Improving tomorrow afternoon, but want to jump ahead to the work week forecast and then look ahead to next weekend. We do have some very changeable weather. 2 first alert weather days now. This is a change from when we last spoke yesterday evening. Atlanta News First Plus streaming at 8 p.m. First alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi looking at some newer data this morning, kind of making some switches to the first alert forecast. Christopher Riley saying, stay safe on the roads. Fog can be super dangerous, certainly can be, but just, practice caution. Adults drive in fog all the time. Use caution, be safe, plan an extra minute or two if need be, just in case. Wednesday, a first alert weather day, chance of rain and a few thunderstorms in the forecast, mainly late day, and that's not a guarantee, and I want to really focus on the word chance. This is not one of those setups that guarantees rain for everybody. This is simply a chance of showers and thunderstorms. But the timing is such that your evening plans, maybe even the evening commute, could be slowed a little bit Wednesday. And the First Alert Weather Team is keeping an eye on that day for impactful weather, so you with plans should be as well. Second first alert weather day, this is more of a temperature issue. Again, we were thinking Thursday was going to be a drop in temperature, and there still will be a noticeable drop between Wednesday, 70s, you'll see that in a moment, and Thursday, 50s and breezy to windy. There's going to be a drop. You'll feel the difference. But the coldest of the air, the sharper temperature change, and the need for the heaviest of the winter coats and winter wear, that likely now holding off until Saturday. So we have made some adjustments to the forecast, looking ahead to the extended portion of the forecast. Again, here is that first alert 7-day forecast. Fog tomorrow morning, but we're breaking out into sunshine, low to mid-60s tomorrow afternoon. It may take a while to completely get rid of the fog and the low clouds. Nonetheless, a improvement in the afternoon compared to how we start to the day, and it'll be warming up as well. Today we're stuck in the 40s. This afternoon, that's the case. Tomorrow afternoon, low to mid-60s. Nice little bump or jump in that temperature. 70 Tuesday, we have some clouds. There is a chance of a couple of isolated showers in the metro, and I would say scattered, but still kind of hit or miss rain up in the mountains Tuesday. So slightly greater rain chance on Tuesday. Christopher Riley saying, 70s. Yeah, 70s are likely. We've actually bumped up your temperature forecast on Tuesday and Wednesday, looking more and more likely. We are going to warm into the 70s. Low to mid-70s for the city in South Metro, mid-70s. And it's going to be a little bit muggy out there as well. Another question on YouTube, going to pull that back up. I want to make sure I don't miss it. Caleb Ethan O'Leary saying, will there be severe weather on Wednesday? Locally here in North Georgia, the risk is very low. We are not currently outlooked by the Storm Prediction Center as an area that is at risk or significant risk for strong to severe thunderstorms. However, 1 or 2 storms can't totally rule out, become a little bit gusty out there. But Caleb, the risk is very low right now and mainly confined to areas northwest of Metro Atlanta, and that risk is low. Technically, the Storm Prediction Center has not yet outlooked North Georgia for an official risk, of severe weather, but there could be a few thunderstorms embedded within that. Temperatures in the 70s, some moisture, some of the ingredients there needed for storms to become at least organized. Those ingredients will be in place, possibly, but mainly north and west of us, with a diminishing potential for any thunderstorms as you get deeper into North Georgia, and then especially south and east of Atlanta. But we'll keep an eye on that forecast. May have to adjust once again that rain chance Wednesday, and if it looks like weather is trending drier, and you won't have impacts to the second half of your Wednesday, we'll peel back that first alert weather day. Again, obviously, there is a drop of temperature Thursday. You'll feel it. You'll want the jackets back out, no more short sleeves. Friday, chilly again, but with sunshine, nice day. And then the second cold front, this one moves through with no real rain and thunderstorm chance, but colder weather on the way with high temperatures stuck in the mid-upper 40s Saturday and Sunday. Once again, forecast models are really struggling with this particular weather pattern. They've been going back and forth with just how cold we get this coming weekend into early next week. For example, some forecast models have high temperatures around 50, others have high temperatures in the 30s. The trend has been for the brunt of the cold air to kind of modify or warm up, basically, as it makes its trip south and east. So forecast models were colder initially and now have trended just a little bit warmer for the coming weekend into the days leading up to Christmas, but it's still going to be chilly, if not cold, and still going to be a time period to keep an eye on the forecast. With that sharp drop in temperature, gardeners covering the plants once again, moving your plants in the garage, and likely folks having to wear their warmest up close as we get into next weekend. Doesn't look like we have any more questions, so Christopher, Wesley, Caleb, thank you all for tuning in, for watching, for asking your weather questions. I want to remind you, we will also be streaming again tonight. No early evening newscast preempted by sports on WANF, CBS. But we will be streaming Atlanta News First Plus at 8 p.m., and then I will be joined by Joy Lim Nakrin at that time with your latest news headlines. Also tonight on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW, another full check of your forecast. Also tonight at 11 p.m. on WANF Atlanta News First, a late check of the news. Even more data coming in by then, so you have an even fresher check of the First Alert forecast. I want to thank you all for tuning, and I'll leave you with this gloomy look of Midtown Atlanta, looking from West Midtown back towards Midtown across the connector. Technically, you can see downtown and Midtown, but it's gloomy out there. Still some drizzle, chilly temperatures. Enjoy your Sunday, but stay warm, stay dry, and we'll have another check of your forecast streaming tonight at 8 p.m.